pretty strong, and just have to be very careful with your wave selection.
Yeah, we saw that last point, 8-point ride you got on that left. That was nice. Good flip to out of the end. We just saw you just pipped Tamige, who's in the lead, so he must be pretty stoked to beat, last year's champion here.
Yeah. Having Tamaga in the heat here is a nightmare, and so I'm pretty happy. Pretty happy I beat him, but it's on the first heat, so there's a lot that can happen right now.
Yeah, that's good. Well, look, you've got a good rest now. You've moved into round 3, so you must be pretty happy with that. And we'll let you go and go and relax and watch the rest of the day.
Yeah, for sure. I hurt my shoulder a little bit on my last wave, so I want to relax now. And I just want to say hello to my girlfriend that's watching right now, and all my family and friends. So I'll see you next round.
All right, that was PLC, our first heat winner of the day. Back to you boys in the booth.
All right, congratulations to PLC. And look at this, straight off the bat, out the back, Uri Valadao from Brazil.
He just slides into that.
Oh, nice deep barrel right there from Uri Valadao, holding it down in the barrel. It's a little bumpy out there. The tide is really high, coming up almost all the way to the seawall, which is creating a little bit of bump of water heading back out into the ocean. But the riders are maintaining their rail in the barrel and pulling off some deep, deep barrel riding.
Yeah, Yuri actually started his heat off with a cracker wave. I didn't actually see it myself. It was a 7.27. And so he's actually in second place, and now he's had his second good wave, so he'll jump into first. We got a score on Mitch Rawlings' first wave. It was an 8.5 for that right-hander.
Unreal.
Sasha Specker was in third with a 7.17 on his first ride, and Andy Lester in fourth with a 6.17. So, I mean, so far in this heat, the worst wave to get ridden is a 6.17. But as we saw, Uri Valadao, the old world champ, that's a pretty solid wave, isn't it? Good bottom turn, gets straight in the barrel. It's really high there. He just wants to maintain this speed for this second little section.
Oh, my.
Slides under that, and you'll just see him duck out of this before it closes out and gets all wish-washy.
Uri Valadao, again, he is a former world champion, and he's still a young gun, and he can't wait to get back to Brazil to represent in his home country. It would be amazing to have a Brazilian win in his hometown. That's coming up on the next stop of the IBA World Tour. But he is holding it down here in round number 1, heat number 2 of the main event, and holding it steady in first position.
Yeah, his wave score came in, his second wave score came in at 6.43, so he's jumped up to a total of 13.7, so he's sitting pretty right now, but there's still 23 minutes to go, and I mean, Mitch, Sasha, and Andrew have all had good waves, so there's the scores come up there. As you see, the other guys don't need too much. They don't need a huge score. Mitch Rawlings only needs a 5.2 to get into first, and then the other guys don't need much to get into second, but they've all only had one wave, and they're waiting patiently for those big bombs that I was talking about.
All right, well, really quick shout out to people who are tuning in and giving us a shout out on our Google Plus profile page here on the IBA World Tour. We know Simon Payton. Thanks for tuning in. John O'Davis, we know you're out there from Sydney. A lot of Australians are tuning in, even though it's late at night, 10 p.m. is what John O'Davis is saying. Tom, we know you're tuning in from Cardiff. Sam, Australia. And from New Jersey, JP Devine, James Wilmot, Gold Coast. Barbados is Alan, but is locked in NYC. Alan, thanks for tuning in. I think I've seen you pretty much every single day. And James McClellan in Northern Ireland. Pip, pip. He's actually in London right now in university. He's during exams right now. And how's he sneaking in the live view right now?
Probably on his phone or something. I don't know. Nice work. Good support.
And we know Mick from BSE is tuned in as well. Ryan O'Connor from South Florida going. A lot of Spec supporters online right now, pushing for Sasha Specker.
Everyone loves an underdog, don't they? So he's coming through the trials, and he's not on the world tour, so everyone wants to see him go good. He's such a nice guy, and yeah, he's having a blinder this year.
North Coast, New South Wales is Gordy Ireland. Michael is tuning in from Hilo. And Liarna from the North Beaches of, man, there's a lot of people from Sydney. And Aisha Makem is tuning in. Hey, woman. I'm sure all the guys wish you were here. You're always fun to hang out with. hopefully on the next tour stop, we will see you. Go Bunny, Miami, and Jake. Yes, the conditions are absolutely insane. We are looking at very cold water. The clouds have set in. Night and day from yesterday. Yesterday was a small 3 to 4 foot fun, sunny day, sunny morning, but now it's gloomy and scary out there.
Yeah, it's come back to what we usually get here. Big solid waves and grey skies, but the water temp this year is actually a little bit warmer than last year, so yeah, it's quite a surprise. I came from France and it was absolutely freezing the water there, so jumping in here is a little bit warmer. There's Sam Bennett getting ready for the next heat. I'm sure the breakwall boys at home will be pretty pumped for him. I'm sure his mum's online watching, Margot.
She's always tuned in.
Yeah, she's a good supporter for everyone, not just Sam. She loves all the boys, so yeah, it's good support.
Well, he had an outstanding show at Pipe this year, making it all the way to the finals in some big, heavy conditions. It's going to be interesting to see what he can do out here at El Gringo.
Yeah, he definitely stood up at Pipe this year. He finished with a 4th place, and I mean, you watch any of the heats, his semi-final was an absolute cracker. He knocked out two world champs, or the current world champ from last year, Pierre and Amori. So from the year before, he was on fire, and he's getting some big, deep barrels. And I think, it's really good to see him step up and take it at a world stage.
So he will be coming up in round number 1. Heat number 3, currently out in the water, is heat number 2 of round number 1 with 19 minutes and 30 seconds remaining.
See the guys just sitting there waiting. They haven't really caught a wave.
All right, as they're waiting, we're going to shoot to an ad. We'll be back right after this.
When I do this, they're talking to me.
Looks like there's something coming on the horizon now. You see the boys the little fins start to get moving, start to paddle out a little bit, so there must be something going on.
Again, the swell direction is not, making for a classic El Gringo out here, but nonetheless, there are a few that are coming through. As you can obviously see, the guys are picking off the good ones.
Looks like Andy Lester's going to paddle into this one. He's pretty late, but he gets he's the best scooper out there.
Yeah, for
Look
sure.
At that, just slides right into that nice clean barrel, and he was pretty deep on that. He's going to look for something out of here, but has to jump through in the foamy little section. But yeah, it's a good little, I'd probably say maybe better than his first one. So it was a pretty deep barrel, so he's going to paddle back out and be a bit more confident after that one.
Although the waves are bigger and the tide is high, it is still shallow on that inside section once you come out of the barrel and look for that last maneuver on the inside. So that's why these guys are bailing and not going for that big move on the inside, because you can still hit the bottom.
Yeah, you see Yuri there duck out because he saw Andy from,
Yeah.
He had priority and he was really far out, and just nice clean barrel there.
Coming out with the spit of the wave and everything. Andrew Lester. You can see on the inside there, the wave, there's like gurgling right there as Andrew Lester kicks out. So Andrew Lester.
Yeah, he turned it around last year. He won the Aussie Tour and qualified in the last 2 events in Canaries and the Azores. And yeah, to see him back on tour and absolutely shredding, it's I think it's shown a lot of support for him. Everyone loves to see him back, and yeah, good on him.
No, he's one of those cool guys where you can walk up to him and have a chat with him, no problem, and he'll give you the time of day. This guy's pretty well all around fellow. Did I just say fellow? I never use fellow. But he's a cool dude, man. So Andrew Lester out there, and you know what? Compared to, I just saw a view of him getting ready in the competitors area with his wetsuit down, but from what I saw just now to what I saw last year, he's totally trimmed down, physically fit, and he's ready.
Yeah, he's pretty pumped last year. I think it was almost a bit of a surprise, him jumping back on tour for himself. And he got in, got training, and he's fit. He realised what it takes to sort of do it at this level all year round. So he got a 6.7 on that last one, and he's jumped into second place. You see him paddling for this little inside one here. He just wants to get busy, Andy, and he just scoops into this nice little drainer.
Oh, look at that.
He's going to want something off the end of this, and hopefully gets a big ramp. Does a big, clean roll out. So he's pretty pumped on that one. Mitch goes left on that, and Specker splits it and goes right. So Specker's going to trim this one all the way to the end. Hopefully get something big off the end, but big sort of loop off the back. But
out the back, Udi Valadao slides into this pit right here and is able to come out of that. Just sneaks under the lip right there and gets a nice clean barrel. And Mitch Rollins went left on that split peak with Sasha Specker. But I believe Mitch Rollins did not have much to work with. It was a little bit fat on that left. And Sasha Specker getting as much speed as he can to get to that inside section. But that wave started turning away from him, and there was not much Sasha could do.
Yeah, I think these last few waves, Mitch only needed a really small score to jump into second. So he did get a barrel, but it was a really big and tall barrel, but it kind of went into the channel, so a bit fat. But he'll definitely get his the score he was looking for, the 4.37. So he'll move into second at least, or first. But we'll see a couple of changes go on here. But we've seen Mitchie's in great form. Same with Lester. And then obviously Specker, he's coming into form. So guys paddling back out there, fighting for priority.
All right, here's a look at Mitch Rollins' wave, the wave that Sasha and, I stand corrected. That was a nice clean pit right there from Mitch Rollins. But it was a quick, clean barrel, and he ends it with a spin right there, reverse spin for Mitch Rollins. That was the wave that Sasha and he split, and we were tuning in on Sasha. But Mitch Rollins, he's hungry.
He is. You saw him win at box, and that one, he's pretty pumped for all of this. He's not as good at badminton as he is at bodyboarding, but he can keep trying.
That's right. I heard the boys got a badminton net and set it up right in front of their hotel room.
Yeah, so Mitch got a 6.93 for that last wave, so he's jumped into first place. He's currently got an 8.5 and a 6.93. Yuri Valadao still in second, gone to second with a 13.7 total. Andrew Lester with a 13.03 and Specker with a 7.17. He's got that score coming, but a short score, so he'll still need a score. He'll be sitting in fourth right now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the first round of the main event. These heats are 30 minutes long. Top two waves will be scored out of a 12-wave maximum. And you can see the first wave is counted, and you'll have another column that is their second wave, and the top two waves will be scored. That total combined score of those top two waves, it will give them their total points. And this is the showdown format. Here in round number one, top two riders, first and second, will bypass round number two and go straight to round number three. In the first round, if you come in third or fourth, you will have to go into a elimination round, round number two, and that's where you will face off with the rest of the riders who got third and fourth in round number one.
Yeah, Specker and Lester, they've got a couple of good scores each, but Lester's just got to get out of that 6-point range if he wants to get through. Yuri and Rawlings are in the 7 and 8 marks, so I'm sure Yuri's going to back up his second wave before this heat's ended. So Lester and Specker are going to have to step up here and get at least a 7 or 8 if they want to get first or second in this heat.
The scoring system is from 1 to 10, and 10 is a perfect ride. We have yet to see one thus far. We have seen a 9 in the past few days in the trials rounds, but not a 10 just yet. Amaury Laverne getting pumped.
Oh, he is pumped, isn't he?
Do you think he's listening to some French rap or something?
Yeah, maybe reggaeton or something.
Again, he's on that injury list as well. He is nursing a hurt calf, which he just slammed against the reef in one of his earlier sessions, testing out some of the waves out here. And lucky for him, he was hooked up with some physical therapists here in Arica, and they've been treating him for the last few days. So he's looking good.
Yeah, he had he hit his calf, and it was about double the size of his other one. So sort of looked like he had something really wrong with him. But yeah, he's had some work done on it, and he said it's feeling pretty good. As long as it doesn't get another knock, I think he'll be fine.
All right, quick shout out to everybody as Amaury is getting ready. Murray Thompson saying, hey, what up? Give us a shout out. Albany and Denmark are starting up a new club down there, so you guys keep rocking and get that thing started. Mitchell Fong is giving Lester a holler. Maxime coming in from Bordeaux. Some of the best wine in the world coming in from Maxime's area. Adam Grant, and wait a second, out the back, Mitch Rollins.
Just scooping into this nice little left. Everyone wants a nice clean barrel like this to big roll off the end or a big flip.
Oh,
And
nice.
as I said, that's what they want. So Mitch just in this heat picking off the best waves so far we've seen.
That big 8.5 ride that he got right off the bat was that very, very rare, perfect right-hand wave. Let's take another look at Mitch Rollins' wave.
Yeah, his knowledge of this reef's definitely come over the years of surfing it. So you just see him come out of that nice barrel clean. You just see him stalling up a little bit and waiting for this lip and clean roll off that, like a big corkscrew roll.
Perfect.
The lip released him and he got a bit of air time. So nice little cushy landing on that foam too. But you'd probably we might see that fall into his top two, so and extend his lead.
He's on fire in this heat, round number 2. I mean, heat number 2, round number 1. Again, this is a non-elimination round. All the riders you will see once again in either round 2 or 3. Here's another look at the scores right now. And yes, a 6.53 was Mitch's last wave right there. So it doesn't cut out his second highest scoring wave of a 6.93, but it is still a solid wave. Andrew Lester and Sasha Specker, they have to hit the gas. We have about 10 minutes remaining in this heat.
Back to those Bordeaux wines, I'd just like to give a shout out to my wife watching in France. Hopefully not drinking a Bordeaux wine yet. It's pretty early in the afternoon, but she might be. The kids are at school, so
yeah,
she might be getting into it.
It's 5:30 in the morning back in San Diego. I'm not sure if my wife is tuned in yet. Although she has been getting up and staying physically fit. She's doing triathlon, so she may be up. If you are, good morning, honey. Here we are, heat number
this
3.
Heat again. We see Amori in the red, former world champion Sam Bennett from Australia in the white, Mike Stewart, former world champion, 9-time world champion, Mike Stewart in the yellow, and the winner of the trialist from Morocco, Brahim. He was amazing, wasn't he, yesterday? Just doing those big flips. And I mean, everyone from Morocco will be pumped for him, want to see him get some of these big barrels.
Yeah, I mean, I posted something on my personal Facebook page, and I got a handful of riders from Morocco saying, you know what, congrats to Brahim for doing what he did. I mean, he's holding it down, and he did it. He did it in style. I mean, he didn't let anything go to waste. He actually put in the tube time. He did some air maneuvers, big backflips. So, I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see. Although, yesterday during the trials, he did hurt his shoulder just a little bit from duck diving. Not even on a wave, but actually just duck diving under some of these waves. There's so much raw power that it just ragdolls your body.
I'm not too sure what Specker was in then for priority-wise, but he had a little look at it, and I'm not too sure if he's going to lose it or not.
Give us a quick rundown for those people who are just tuning in and don't understand the whole priority system, 4-man priority.
The priority system works as it's pretty much like taking turns. So if you've got priority, if White's in priority but he paddles for a wave, he loses it and he goes to 4th priority if the other guys are sitting out the back. So I'm not too sure if he hadn't caught a wave in a while. He'd only had 2 waves this heat, so I'm thinking he would have been 1st or 2nd priority, and he had a little paddle for that and he might have lost it. So if he did, it could be a bit of a big mistake for him. But as we see, this is going to be a little paddle battle. But Yuri Valadeo had the priority in that, so Mitch Rawlings had to pull off. So he's trimming really fast for this end bowl. He's going to want something big and goes a big reverse there off the end. Can he make it? No. I'd probably say no, you need to push onto those rocks for a make then, but because he does like a trampoline move, wasn't it? Just bang.
I didn't think he was going to project that high above the wave with that angle hitting the lip, but Uri Valadao, he hit the eject button on the landing because he was, I'm not kidding, maybe 20 feet away from the rocks. Let's take another look.
Yeah, he just trimmed from so far away, and when it came up, he hit it. Yeah, you hit it really nice. Gets the full rotation so high, kind of lands on a little bit on top of the foam. But yeah, if he wanted to really push out on that, he would have had to ride right into the rocks. But just how much do you want it, Manny?
Exactly, and we've been talking about it throughout the entire event. If you're gonna push up in front of that whitewash, you're going to hit the rocks, and you don't want to do that. People are getting hurt left and right at this event, and it's not going to help you in your cause if you want to take this event. So you got to stay healthy. You got to stay physically ready, and getting up onto those rocks. Holy look at this wave.
Specs having a little look at that one, but yeah, he's just sitting in the wrong spot for that thing, and luckily the wave didn't end up doing too much. We're down to 6 minutes left in this second heat, and Sasha Specker still needs a 6.54 to go to second, and Andrew Lester in third needs a 7.01 to go to second. So, and Yuri Valadeo to overtake Mitch needs 8.17. I dare say if he made that reverse, he would have got that 8.17, but he's ended up with a 3, pulling the eject button on the landing.
All right, we have Mark McCarthy from South Africa standing by, and he's going to replace Dave Winchester here for the next heat of webcast broadcasting live from Scorpion Island, just outside of Arica, for the Stealth Arica Chilean Challenge presented by BSC. Check out some of the boys in the competitors area.
Stoney and Gornell talking about, I don't know, their music or how big their muscles are at the gym yesterday, whose chest is bigger. And that's what they keep comparing in the room at the hotel. So.
And if you think Winnie's kidding, he's not.
I'm not. That's the truth.
Well, you're going to see Jake Stone in heat number 4 and Nick Gornell in heat number 5. Those guys are coming up next. And I see a lot of the top riders taking a look, just visualizing and keeping an eye on what the swell is doing, what the tide is doing. Sasha Specker, let's see what he's going to be doing.
Needs a solid score here, so he scoops into that nice little barrel, and he's going to want something out of this to try and help his cause. He gets a roll, but that's sort of it for Specs now. He's going to have to pull out. Mitch Rawlings was just scooping into a nice little one then. He's going to look for a big invert or something off the end. He wants something big in the air. He loves the air, so we'll see what happens with those two scores. But I don't think there'll be any change after Specker's one.
Once again, if you're just tuning in, this is the Stealth Arica Chilean Challenge brought to you by BSC. And we do have a little interaction going in with our viewers. Just give us a shout out to let us know where you're watching from and who you're going for. We do have a little quick profile thing on Google Plus, IBA World Tour. Take another look at Sasha's wave.
Yeah, Spexy scooped under that lip, but he just wanted something really big off the end. Kind of like what Mark McCarthy would want to do, a big punt off the end. But yeah, he didn't. He just got a sort of a roll through the lip there, and it's not. It'll fall in his top 2, but I don't think it's going to change his position. So he still needs a 6.54 to go to second. So with a couple of minutes left, I'm going to love you and leave you and put the fellow South African of Specker in, Mark McCarthy, to finish the heat off.
You got it. Thanks, Winnie.
Thank you.
And good luck in your heat. I think you are coming up in... oh, you're coming up. Heat number 5, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Manny V, and coming into the hot seat right now from South Africa, Mark McCarthy. Mark is getting situated, putting on his headphones, and since we do have a little break right now, we'll just give a shout out to everybody tuning in and giving us a shout out, telling us where you're watching from around the world. Again, we had a crazy just onslaught of viewers coming in all at once, and just pretty much almost short-circuited our servers here. But we got everything situated, and we are bringing you the live feed coming up. Alphonse from asking for more backflips from Brahim, so we will see. Sam Dura, Ant, we know you're watching. Zach Taylor, Frederick, Liam, Reed, Chris, we know you're all tuning in. All right, looks like there is a set way out the back, but we do have enough time to show you this. We'll be right back. You can make this tighter. Oh. Oh, it's all right. All right, stand by, people. We had to cut that ad off really quick only because there is a monster set coming in out the back. Mark McCarthy.
How's it, Manny? Good to be back in. Looks like the rider's off position. Sasha's on the inside, but he's going to be scratching for his life. Let's see what I haven't seen what these big sets do yet. So Uri having a look at this one. It is pretty west and it's quite deep. Not a bad looking wave right there, man. Check that thing. It's breathing.
Ah.
Wow. No one opting to go on that one. With the last 5 seconds left, the counting down.